Yeah, he went to Burning Man, and then he went to like what was it, like a decompression, Eddie? Like I guess they have like an after event because it's so like intense and shit.
Recovery event.
Yeah, so it's like another. I mean, I guess it's kind of still like a party and stuff, but I guess it's way more chill. So they just do that shit.
It's I'm just gonna drink water for these next couple of days.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Eddie, can you give me a little more headphone? Do you need more?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, too much. Stop. Come up. Right there. That's good. Perfecto. Yeah, we're good, man.
And don't flush the toilet.
You are now tuned in to the Crappy Awesome Podcast.
Welcome to another pre-recorded yet still absolutely fresh episode of the Crappy Awesome Podcast. We are your hosts, the Diego Brown Project. I am Mr. Arash, even though nobody calls me Mr. And with me, well, not with me at this exact second, but you'll hear his voice in just a second, is KILLcRey. I was away on one of my many crazy trips out to weird desert environments building big art, and while I was away, KILLcRey recorded today's interview, which we're going to get to in just a second. But just wanted to get the normal intro stuff out of the way. We are, of course, brought to you by Platform Collection. Make sure you go over to platformcollection.com and check out all the content that's on there. There's music videos and essays and words and visuals and photos and tons of stuff. And while you're there, check out our sibling podcasts. There's Life on the Road with 60 East, Really Though, with Cookbook, orchestrated, hosted by Noah James and Lisa J, Proof of Life Radio, Status Escalates, and Bars Weekly. 3 different podcasts hosted by the same extremely hardworking gentleman, Kali. There's, of course, the Ghetto Blaster podcast hosted by Ricochet. Pretty fresh. I don't know why I did it with such a high voice. It was supposed to say pretty fresh. Anyway, that's with Muds One. The 2Mex Hologram podcast, of course. And don't forget about 2Mex Hologram Radio, the 24-hour streaming content radio station. There's links over to that over at platformcollection.com. And, of course, you can listen to it on our preferred listening platform. I think we use the word platform too much in this intro. That's TuneIn Radio. And of course, there's 2Mex Holograms. 2Mex Hologram. There's 2Mex's own actual show. I know we used to joke that we like this hologram better than 2Mex himself, but don't get it twisted. 2Mex is a real, actual person. I know a lot of you might think that it's all a digital creation of Chris and I's, some sort of a secret art project. He's like our own hip-hop Banksy. No, he's a real person, and he's also working his ass off. Check out his show on K-Day at 2 a.m. on Saturday night. That's Water to Plants. It goes on at 2 a.m. to 3 a.m., so that's Saturday night through Sunday morning. And speaking of Water to Plants, also the name of our creative partners, go over to watertoplants.org. To learn more about what they do. They're a music incubator outside of or inside of LA, doing some pretty fascinating and interesting new approach to developing artists and music. Shout out to our sponsors, Stay Illuminated, for all your fresh gear and lifestyle needs. Visit stayilluminated.com. Right now you can use Crappy Awesome as the code to get free shipping on any order. For those of you who, obviously, for most of you listeners who have not seen me in the studio, I usually have like a little thing of notes in my hands. And there's a lot of notes on there that I just haven't updated for a year. And I'm just like, right when I get to the note, I remember, oh, wait, I'm supposed to say a different thing. This is one of those. I was about to say Stay Ill 17. It's a code that we used to give. I don't know if it still works. It might still work. You know what? Give it a try. Buy something, give it a try. And, if Stay Ill 17 still works, maybe you're just going to have to like pay for that shipping, donate that money to Tony from Stay Illuminated because, they work so hard to bring you all this cool shit. Anyway, follow us on Instagram at Platform Collection. That is one word all spelled out. And on Twitter at Platform Collect with no shun. And, as normal, check out Burner Podcast that is hosted by yours truly. Burner Podcast covers the Burning Man community, and while I was away, I was actually recording some shows for that particular show up in Northern California and Sacramento and San Francisco after coming back from Burning Man. So anyway, that's the fun stuff that I've been up to. So today's episode is going to be Chris interviewing XP, the Marxman. He went up to XP's pad. I want to say it's in Riverside or LA. I don't know. I lose track of it. To me, if it's outside of San Diego, it's all LA. The same way to you, LA listeners, whenever you come to San Diego, anywhere in San Diego County you go, you're like, oh yeah, that's San Diego, even though it's like 45 minutes away from us. Anyway, they recorded a podcast kind of getting caught up with XP. We've had XP on a couple of times, of course, in the past. He's a really excellent individual, really great to have conversations with, very intelligent, very driven. And on this episode, Chris is going to be talking to him a big chunk about his marijuana company, his cannabis entrepreneurial venture, Salamander XP OG. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. There's a lot of letters in that, a lot of sections. And I have this very vague note to mention that there will be discussion about some of his recent legal issues. So, there's some things that have been out there in the social medias and things you guys have been curious about and asking about. So we're going to get into all of those things. As you know, on Crappy Awesome, pretty much nothing is off limits. We're going to get right into the topics, deep, very deep into them. Deep like into the ocean or the blue of your eyes. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get into that conversation. I'm going to step away, and Chris is going to take over the interview, and I will catch up with you guys next week.
Yeah, I was telling, I haven't really told the audience this, but I just recently did the DIY Fest with a bunch of other dope artists as part of a platform collection mixtape performance. And I got to sample XP's. What's the official name of it?
It's called the Salamander.
Salamander OG or Salamander?
It's the Salamander XP OG. The name derives from an inside joke that me and the homies had, like, growing up. We would just meet random fools and be like, hey, man, you guys ever ate salamander soup? And fools were like, what the... And it was just like a whole story that we would just entertain ourselves with other people, because they're like, what the fuck, you guys eat salamander soup? And it was just weird, so. And then me being a fan of Jim Morrison, he's the Lizard King.
Yeah.
So,
Salamander.
I grew out the hair, and I was like, you know what, I'm the Salamander King, bro. So it kind of just enveloped and grew an identity of its own, on its own, and then being able to grow my own crop, I just applied it to that. So it's almost like it is a part of me, because, it's like no one else can be like, oh, I grew the salamander. There's like, it's San Fernando OG, but it has me in it. Right. Like I grow it.
And for people who don't know, like, because I grew for a little bit, and it was, it is a very, like, if you're really about it, like if you're about making a great product and then putting your energy into it, the strain does change with person. Like if you smoke long enough, you know that. I've gotten weed from people where I'm just like, yeah, what was that? Like, and they're like, nah, man, that's just like some kush or whatever. And I'm like, nah. and I probably wouldn't kick it with that person. You know what I mean? Yeah,
bro. I think with plants, it's a living thing, and if you're caring for that thing, your energy is just like your kids, bro.
Yes.
Like if what you teach your kids, that energy you put off into your kids is what they're gonna radiate once it's their time to shine. You know what I mean? So I think with the end product is where you get to see the blessing and just honestly, it's almost like
a piece of you, right?
Yeah, it's a piece of me. And honestly, when this is in the session, I want it to be like a sage stick,
Yes.
Cleanse the air, cleanse the energy, bring in the good, out with the bad, you know what I'm saying? Inhale the good, exhale the bad. And I think the conceptual aspect to it is like just like having a glass of water, but once it's blessed, it becomes
something more.
And
right.
to whoever has the concept in their mind. I mean,
right.
there's a lot of people that ain't gonna get it because they're just like, oh, well, it's weed. I just want to get high. Perfect.
Absolutely,
that's
Absolutely.
perfect. And I know that
I talk about it with we talk about DMT a lot,
Definitely.
obviously. And that's the same way. I've heard people take it and go like, it was nothing. And then I've heard other people go, like myself, where it was life-changing.
Wow,
and so,
to do all that.
yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it is, I believe strongly in what you're saying about like the perspective of the people approaching it. And if you want that energy, you're there. And your job as a cultivator of it is just to put the energy there.
Definitely,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And just bring the concept to an industry that nobody cares about.
Yeah,
like,
it's very corporate.
Yeah, people just want to grow weed, good weed, and just pump it out to the patient.
Yeah,
that's cool. Perfectly fine, but
that's not what you're doing.
That's not what I'm doing. I'm hella boutique-ish, like it's hella small. Like I said, I grow it, I roll everything, I package everything, I do all my labels.
Wow.
Like I do everything all me, bro. So my hands are on it from when they're babies to the end product. And now I'm even opening up shop. Like I go to the sessions out here and I set up my booth. And,
you're having a real presence at the session.
Because, and then ultimately, like, I'm in the pre-roll game. So that's like a whole another concept as well. I'm not just, I don't got weed that's just there sitting there that people buy. It's like, I try to individualize it so people can actually, be a part of it.
Right,
because
right.
if I had just like Ace and stuff like that, like, it's cool. I try to do it that way in the beginning, but the whole becoming a part of it, and being a part of the experience, that's out the window when you start doing it like that, just
puffing on a bigger blunt than you, salamander in it. Roll my own shit, smoke my own shit, I'm about to kill it. Three guys stunting on a bitch, yeah, we smoking different. Roll with a master, got the peas and it's no limit. Crack in the window when we looking like a cold engine. Roll a whole zip in a spliff, dog, we all in. Juice a few peas, get it stable, now we coughing. Been in the lab and it took a minute. Product development to make a difference. Medicinal marijuana, my smoke's blessed. I'm in the hitting spirits in the middle of your chest. Made two things happen that I love and they mesh. We only getting better over here, join the sesh. We only getting better over here, join the sesh. Been in the game for a minute now. It's 2 years for me to get it down. Roll it, light it, smoke it, hit it, roll it, give it, come on. Found another niche, comes with a roach clip. Keep it lit, got a few bags to blow with a pip. When it comes to puffing trees, been hit it overseas, yeah. But ain't nothing like these OGs, so loud it'll make your nose bleed. Cannon guards burning down for hours low key. Never been a sipper of the lean, feel the codeine. With the Sally got me seeing shit I ain't never seen. All up on some new levels, ways I'ma crash the sea. Got 'em rockin'. Where's the bong? I'ma pack a pig. Trimmers got my shit manicured, looking nice. Add a couple dollars on top for the price. It'll all go by the end of the night. Put a bit away for the people that I like. I smoke heavy, smoke signals in the sky. Smoke heavy, rolling with them red eyes. Roll it, light it, get it, pass it. Roll it, give it, you. Yeah. Salamander XP OG. Puffin' heavy in the rotation. You done rolled another
I just happen to be like a big fan of like pre-rolls. So
awesome.
So it just happened, like Eddie is too. Like if I have like my choice and I know there's a good pre-roll out of place, I'll probably go by that before I buy the flower. And I don't know why, but now that I'm hearing you talk, it may have a lot to do with that. Like it may have a lot to do with like the entire energy within the pre-roll. It's very different than
the packaging. The whole experiencing of like, this is just for me.
Yes. Dude, I don't know if there is a better feel. I was telling Eddie this the other day. I love, and I know people are going to be like, you fucking stoners. But one of the best feelings in the world is lighting up a brand new pre-roll.
Yeah,
like,
and then
just lighting it. Yeah, just tasting that first, you know what I mean?
And
even if you're by yourself in the morning or,
I'm not a hater, bro. Like, I have to, I try every other product out there because
you've been an avid smoker for a while.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like I'm it's just like hip hop. I'm a fan of it way before I am an artist.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So, you know, I show love to all the pre-roll companies. You know, it's a crazy game, man. But after I individualized it, it kind of gave it more of an identity because I was able to share it more.
Yeah.
And the concept of
Right,
it too,
right,
you know,
right.
to be able, here, this is for you, this is boom, boom, boom. It's
Are
like,
you
oh,
finding
boom.
a difference between like the fans that are like, that know you from music, right? And maybe they smoke it because it's more connected to that part of their brain. Like,
Oh, this is
he's my
XP,
dude,
yeah,
XP shit, I'm gonna smoke it. And then is there a difference between the people who like find you through the weed first?
Yeah, it's completely different, man.
Yeah.
Like the people that are in the community, you know,
Yeah.
the cannabis community, they're seeing my stuff as like almost like a lead point in this whole spiritually blessed medicinal
Right.
marijuana. That's like and
You're filling a void that was there, right?
That
for sure.
was there for sure.
Because there was definitely a need and a call for that.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, there has been blessed weed, like
Yeah.
kosher kush and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But there's religion attached to it and stuff like that, which a lot of people won't want to gravitate to just
Right.
because of that.
Yeah. Where yours is more, would you describe yours as more as like an open, like spiritual thing?
Yeah, it's definitely just an energy thing.
It's an energy thing, right.
Yeah, you know, it's not like, you know.
There's no brand other than the XP brand attached to this thing, right? It's
Yeah.
not like this is from a Christian base
No,
or
this
Buddhist
is
base. Or,
this is all just,
it's just
good, clean
positive.
energy stones, ancient woods.
Yeah.
The person that I have coming to my facility,
Yeah.
she's been doing her thing for years.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's pretty much a energy healer. She, you know, she does it all, man. She's just a positive, uplifting, worldly person.
Yeah.
And I think me being a worldly person too as well.
Yeah.
Experiencing other cultures and, you know, hiking. I do yoga and stuff. I think me just attaching myself and wanting to run this way, my life has been turning in that whole healthy.
Okay. We're going to get into that. I want to get into that because there's definitely, and for people who, especially like him talking about traveling and worldly, check out the last 2 episodes and you can kind of catch up with him. So we don't have to rehash it, but XP, just the gist of it, XP was part of this very early movement to go overseas within the scene that we all kind of dwell in. He was one of the first people to start doing that. And it kind of came, and a lot of people followed suit after that. So I think it was the first time he was on. Go check out that episode. I'll link it if you're listening to this on iTunes, Stitcher, or TuneIn. Go to platformcollection.com and I'll link it so you can just catch up if you need to. But okay, so before we started recording, we talked about jail.
Yeah, that was
and
crazy,
what
yeah.
and I remember, I think the first time you were on, in fact, we were here, we're at XP's house outside of his studio, and the last time we recorded in the studio, I think Bonnie was here, maybe,
Yeah,
was she?
It was like,
Yeah, I think it was early. It was very early in the show.
I actually have to show you guys that shit because the last time you guys were in there, it was like a tornado with that.
Yeah.
But you'll see what it is.
Okay, we'll put up pictures. And so, but at that time, I remember you had just dealt with some legal stuff. You were fresh out of some stuff.
Yeah, man.
And you were like, I think you had gone through like a relationship too. There was like a bunch of different things going on around that time.
It was crazy.
Okay, so now, like I said, I see you for the first time. Oh, I mean, the thing is, like, you know us. We keep track of everybody and always checking in with everybody. But this is the first time I've seen you in a minute, and you were saying like the jail thing is the. Like, can you catch people up on that? Like how that played out?
Yeah, man. You know, it's crazy to think that, you know, maybe 3 years ago, you know, I was going to be locked up for years, bro. Like, it was just nuts. And it was all for what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trees, bro.
Yes, yes.
But I guess, you know, you just become a victim of the circumstance, you know, because I've never caught any charges prior to that. I mean, I did a lot of dumb shit as a kid, you know, and I thank God that we fucking
got through it.
Yeah. But to be caught for something that you thought, you would have been in and out for, and, you have to deal with, like, for years on down the line, it's like, man, it's an eye-opener, man. But it did have me in a slump, you know what I mean? It put me in a slump. I didn't want to do a lot of stuff outside of where I was at, so eventually it just led me into...
How long did you have to go in for?
Well, when they caught me initially, I was only in there, for a week. But since it was the first time, they let me out on my own reconnaissance.
Oh, I got you.
So, but after that, like the whole hiring a lawyer, fighting the case, and then after being convicted, and then a felon, 3 years over my head if I got into any shit, was with anybody. So what ended up happening, man, I had to really cut off the people that I knew
could possibly bring trouble.
Just put me in a position, and honestly, I come from the hood, the hood, whatever, and I know my peoples, and I love my people, so for me to be able to succeed and watch, and just, I had to just move away, like, and not like literally move away, but just like literally just take the steps to just be like,
separate.
All right, and that's a tough thing to do because
how do you move, better yet, how quickly into the trial, into all this stuff happening, did you come to the realization that might have to be a possibility? Like, I might have to cut people. How quick was that?
That was a pretty quick transition, only due to the fact that, bro, like, it's like caging up an eagle, bro. Like, I haven't really heard of an eagle ever being captive. Because they die and shit. They have to, so it was like, it took a piece of my soul, you know what I'm saying? And
the thought of, like, this could, if I keep anywhere down a path, I could end up like this forever.
I like this forever. And just, I mean, dude, I got, like, cousins, uncles, and everybody that's, been in jail.
Right. It's not like it's foreign to you.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, but once I got a taste of it, and this is after I traveled. And I was just like, bro, this ain't for me, bro. Like, I worked hard to get away from that. The whole energy, and dude, it's just, to me, jail is made for a certain type of human being. Honestly, and shout out to my guys that are in there wrongfully accused, all that shit, ain't really built for that shit, but you have to deal with it because that's a whole nother way of life. It's like animalistic, bro. It's
because you're down to your bare emotions,
bro.
Right?
You're stripped of every aspect of your life. You're told when to shit, eat, sleep, like, there's no freedom, and I was so used to being free, being able to fucking,
and especially as an artist, as somebody who's always lived a free life.
Yeah, man, and it really, like, crushed me. So to come back and have to transition my lifestyle into, into one to where, like, I constantly have to just watch my shit, you know what I'm saying? It was, like, heavy, because it's like, as much as I'm free, I'm not. I still got, like, dude, if I was with a friend that just forgot that he had a joint and he didn't have his rec or some stupid shit, like, like, everything was, like, in my mind, bro. I mean,
are the very real reality that many people say is not true, but most of us who grew up like this know is true.
It is.
Is that you could meet a cop on a bad day and it's over.
And you know what? I knew that going into this, that, they dictate your whole shit. Like, your freedom is especially when, like, you're on probation and shit like that. Like, you give up your rights, bro. So they can, you could be chilling here having a meal with your mom, your dad, and then they can just pull up, hey, what's up? And just walk in.
And they don't have to ask.
They don't got to ask because you gave up your rights to that.
Which, for people who haven't been on probation, don't know, that applies to all your general living places. So that means pretty much your whole house, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, maybe a parent can close the room or whatever, maybe.
But even then,
like, it's just so, it's a very intrusive.
Bro. Yeah, very intrusive. And it's just like, you're free, but you're not.
Right.
So I played my cards right, bro. Like, and it really humbled me down, like, just to the human being aspect, because I was with people a few days before that who were millionaires, you know what I'm saying, that had their own shit going on, and then 2 days later I'm in jail with people from Skid Row.
Yeah.
It kind of just like humbled me real quick.
Like it could happen
bro,
like that.
Yo, wake up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is all just how you move and how choices you make. You could be there or you could be here. It's easy, bro.
Yeah.
At a snap of a finger, the wrong choice, the wrong place, the wrong time, the wrong move, that shit could just happen. You know what I mean? So it really humbled me. It put me in a place of second thought, you know, because you could act off of impulse easily, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
were you more that type of person?
Oh yeah, always. And I think it was a good thing though at that time, only because
it served a purpose.
It served a purpose because I was like, boom, let's make this money. Let's boom,
I'm hungry. Let's
go. But then it's like, yo, now you got a second.
Yeah.
You know, think everything. Like, you think off impulse. You can be like, all right, what if I do this? But what if this happens?
Yeah.
But you could also do this because you can have an A and B.
Yeah.
But there's always a C, and if you don't have a D, then you know what I'm saying. It's like you work the angles, man. You know what I mean? It's like
it's crazy, man. Because you know, I'm watching you talk. I'm sitting here. It's kind of surreal because I'm like, damn. You know, we at Crap Be Awesome have had a privilege of watching you grow as an artist and as a person. And I'm trying to. And here's the thing: it might just be that everybody's getting to this place around the same time, or maybe it's just what's in the energy in the world right now. People are becoming more conscious to it. But you're one of many people recently that we've had on that have gone through like transitions like that. With, you know what I mean? Like, dude, we had SP on.
Oh, okay. Word,
and he was talking about, you know, like, you know, his history. We all know his history. Like the pressure he had to be the next 90s B-boy golden era guy forever.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not that guy. Like, he's a young man.
Yeah, he is young.
He's a young man. Yeah. He's out. He dates. He's out. He's fucking partying. Like, that's not his reality for him to just be an emo rapper. But for him to make the decision to just say, fuck it. I have to be me. And now he's making like probably the best music he's made in a long time. This is like some of his best music, you know, and you could see him growing as a man.
That's awesome, man. Because I think him personally, he came to a place where he said, F everybody else.
Exactly.
I'm doing this shit for myself, for what I love and stuff. Because I think once you get into that whole thing where like, they love me for this.
Yeah.
I think you get caught up in the concept that if you keep doing that, or you don't keep doing that, they're gonna stop fucking with you, or something like that. But I think, you know, people, if they love you, they're gonna grow.
I mean, that is what it is, right?
You know?
It's a fear.
It is a fear,
right? It's like one of the things I was thinking about recently was like getting to a place, like if I have to define what happiness is, to me, happiness is simply being at a place where I don't, and I'm not talking physically, that probably will come with it because that's the energy you're putting out. Yeah. But I'm talking about like internally comfortable. Yeah, always. That's you know what I mean? Like no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're saying, no matter, just to feel comfortable, to not care about whether you're being judged, to not care about any of those things. And that shit is a hard thing to do.
It is.
And it, like people like yourself, you know, like we've talked about it on this show for years, from the first show we ever had. It's a grind. It's as much as a grind, like making it in hip hop or business, as it is on working to be a good person.
It is.
It's a grind.
It's you. I mean, because in the beginning, I can't front like I just wanted to show LA hip hop or just the hip hop world that I could rap. So it was just hard raps. Like fool, da 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 da. Like, you know what I mean? It was just hard beats, hard raps. I could rap. Once they knew I could rap, I was like, okay, well, I could do this now, then I could do this. And I think once you get over yourself, I think, and like the ego crushing happens, like when you just start crushing your ego little by little, bro, you start to just see your place within this whole thing, you know? It's a small world. As much as it's huge, it's a small hip hop world. And I think if you just keep rocking out, you do you, you'll come to a place like SP where you're just like, I'm finding myself. Yeah. Finally coming into fruition within myself. Yeah. You know?
You know what's strange, man, is I think about this all the time, right? Like, I was talking to Eddie about this on the way up, and I was like, there's this weird thing about, like, it starts off as popularity, then notoriety, and then fame. And there's like, that path is such a weird fucking path, man, because, like, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I was at a show, I was at DIY, and shout out to Noah James and all the homies.
Yeah.
But we were all standing in a big circle of artists, right? And it dawned on me as I'm standing in the circle, like, yo, are any of us like really talking to each other right now? Like, we're all like very much like, yo, you're dope. Like, yo, you're dope. Like, yo, you're dope. Like, and it's almost like a language and a world all unto itself.
Yeah.
That, like, if you went home and tried to explain it to your mom, yo, mom, this is what the night was, she'd be like, what the fuck are you talking? Because, like, it sounds ridiculous. But it's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. Like the artist world and like the entertainment business has like this language, and you can get lost in that world if you don't check yourself. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't go like, yo, this isn't real.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is not real.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you can have real personal connections with people, but this stage that we're standing on, you have to believe it's a stage.
It's a stage, exactly.
It's for sure a stage. It's not, it's the people that are looking at you, they're living like a real life. You know what I mean? Like, that's real life. They leave from here and then go back to their lives. And you get to stay in this world, you know?
You have to know when the two have to separate.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you could actually mesh the two and just, you know, make them one, bro. Because I think once, you know, there's people that, you know, say, well, I'm an artist. Cool, yeah, you're an artist, but what else are you? You know, are you a father? Are you a, you know, are you a good brother?
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, because let's not get it twisted. If all you are is an artist, you're a douchebag. Because that's all about you most of the time. You know what I mean?
Every time.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I think shedding light on after the jail thing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I had to do community service at a mission. So I was with like homeless.
What kind of
people.
mission? Like a that
like
takes in like
like homeless, feeds the homeless, clothing the homeless, and you know,
that's where they assign you to?
Yeah. Well, this is how it happened. Pretty much, I worked at this other facility for like a week, and then I went there like the next Monday because at the time I didn't work a job. I was like, I could do this shit all day. You know, I could knock it out.
Yeah.
And
how many hours is it?
It was like 300 hours, dude.
Oh, shit.
It was like, it was like months of work and shit for free. So
Holy
I was
fuck.
like, you know, at the time I wasn't working. I was just like hella messed up, but I stayed writing everything else.
Yeah.
And when they let me go at this other spot, I guess internally, like some shit happened where the person that was writing off the hours was getting paid under the table kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
Like, they just
scrap
cut
those
it. Yeah,
all
so they're
those.
like, you got to go back to court. Now you got to see where they're going to. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, so I went back, and that's when they put me at the mission. And I was like, all right. And it was like, see, this other spot was hella convenient. I'm like, all right, cool. I could do this. But this other, you know, the mission, it was like a bus ride that was like an hour long almost.
Wow.
You know? So I'm like, fuck, like, dude. So I started doing it, boom, boom, boom. And then little by little, I was there like every day. Like I worked there. So a lot of the homeless people there, they started to get to know me.
Yeah.
You know, the people that actually worked there. And there was also a recovery home. It was for men, and they worked there because if they want the recovery, they work there for free, but they live in this house.
Yeah.
For free too, but it's like you have to work at.
Right.
Because dude, like we're getting hella donations from like everybody. We're getting, you know, TVs, furniture, clothing, like, and you know, it was almost like a store, bro.
Yeah.
But it was just used.
It's what funded the facility.
Yeah, the facility,
right?
and you know, the everything like that. But being in that whole thing, like, I started doing a little bit of philanthropy on the side. You know what I mean? Like
with these groups?
Nah, like just
on your own.
Yeah, because there was actually a park across the street.
Yeah.
The food time ended at like 6 o'clock, so there was a lot of people that were hella bent, you know, coming off of shit.
Yeah.
They wouldn't get their chance to eat or anything. So I kind of noticed that. So I would go to the park, open up the trunk, you know, give them drinks, food, you know what I'm saying, spaghetti. Like,
yeah.
You know, my girl, she would help me cook the spaghetti. We would have a pot, and just boom, just open up trunk and you see everybody roll up.
Wait.
Bam,
Okay,
bam.
let's back up, dude. Let's back up because
It was
that's amazing. But what gets you to the thought of okay, like pre-jail? Your mind were you still like, I'm on the grind, I gotta knock this shit out, or were you already starting to like be disenchanted with everything?
Yeah, I was like really like.
So the negative led to more negative.
Yeah,
basically.
It did.
Okay.
But then up in the mission, it kind of just
the energy refed you.
It did because it like humbled me because I was like, dude, like. I come from that,
Yeah.
I have aunts that are homeless,
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
uncles
yeah.
that are homeless and shit like
Yeah.
that, still
You're not
live.
in a place where you could deny homelessness.
Nah, bro.
No.
And like, so, to be able to help the poor and like, be next to druggies and like just people that are just, just people
Yeah.
that need help, you know what I mean? It just really put me in a position to analyze who I want to be in this world. Like,
Yeah.
And that shit just,
Up until then, had you felt you had given to the world? Like, how much had you felt you'd given?
Honestly, I think God humbled me because I did a lot of stuff up to when I went to jail. I did it for myself, but
Yeah.
I didn't have it mapped out. Like, I want to do it for myself, but I also want to do this. And
Yeah.
that. Like, I just wanted to come up so I could be like, okay, now I could do this. Like, I didn't have a map in my head. And then at that time, I was just like on a high horse, bro. I just had an album release. I was about to, it was just crazy, bro. It was just crazy. And I got humbled, bro.
What about the people around you at that time? Were you guys all on the same vibe? Were you all like?
I think a lot of the people that were around at that time ain't around right now. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I just lay it out like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And through it all, there was only like one
Yeah.
that was with me throughout that whole time. That,
Yeah.
like,
Did
went to
anybody
my court trial.
understand that you needed to get away?
Not really, man.
Yeah.
Not really. Only because, stuck in your ways.
Sure. It's a tough.
Street life shit,
It's a tough situation on either side because I've been on both sides. When I was doing bullshit and people were like, "Man, I can't kick it with you," and then I've been the person who realizes like, "Yo, we're not adding anything to each other's lives." Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like. If we really think about this, there's no reason for us to be around each other, really. If anything, we're slowing each other down. You know what I mean? Like, you need to find you.
And even if, like, the words ain't said, it's just like, just some, you find yourself straying away a little bit, little by little. It's like, you don't really be like, hey, dog, peace. It's just more like, yo, like, they'll hit you, hey, dog, but you know that you can't because you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You kind of just set your boundaries,
You know what, man? I've been thinking about this concept for a while, right? And I'm trying to, like, I'm an only child. And so I've had, for me, like, growing up, like, my friends were they meant a lot to me because I thought, like, that was, like, how I chose my family. You know what I mean? Like, I got to choose my family, right? And then as I got older, I would reflect on people who had like brothers and sisters. And like me and Eddie were just talking about that, how like some brothers and sisters they're like maybe friends, like not even really friends. Like they're family.
They're family, yeah.
But
not like
they're not friends because the reality is, and it's weird because when you say it, trust me, people, I feel it too. I feel that tinge of like, but it's not logical to believe anything else. That the fact is you didn't choose your family. Like, and
doesn't mean you have to be their friend.
And just naturally, right? If you're just being a normal person, you may not ever find anything in common with this other person.
True.
Because you didn't choose to be in the situation.
Yeah.
Whereas with your friends, you choose that, right? And on friendship, people, I think, sometimes get it twisted as well. Like, if you're not growing together, you know what I mean? Like, in the same direction, it's unhealthy to stay there in a situation. Like, if, say, like you're XP's boy and you like the direction XP's going and you're like, yo, I could probably add to that. Or you know what? Like part of my dream, I can link with his dream, and we can do that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a conscious choice, though. You're putting a conscious choice into maintaining the relationship and building the world around a relationship. Whereas if you don't do that, you and XP could be guys who used to meet in the alley and smoke cigarettes, but you did it for 2 years.
Yeah.
So you guys are like tight, but now he doesn't smoke anymore. So does that? Like, it's
Does
done?
that link you?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, then you got to think, like, what was this even about, really?
Yeah,
you know?
True. That's definitely true.
But it's so interesting because I know I've talked to people about it because there are people I know who have, like, blind loyalty. And here's the thing. There's a part of that like, to me is honorable. I go, like, that's dope.
That's
like,
true.
that's very cool. But do I think that that's the healthiest thing? No, because people change. Like, if you pledge your loyalty to your boy at 5 years old.
And now that
growing
up.
Yeah, you guys are 40, and he's robbed people, he's killed people, and you're like, yo, but I still got you, because I told you that one. That's ridiculous.
Because I told you that one time when we were 5 years old.
Yeah. But I know people like that.
No, yeah,
you know
for real. I mean, but then again, I think that's just that whole hood mentality, you know, but... I don't even want to say it's hood. I guess it's just like you said, it's blind
not just hood.
loyalty.
Yeah, it's not just hood at all. Because I know people who, like, in fact, I have two people in mind right now that I grew up with that were very well off. I just knew them from high school, and they were, like, best friends. And one of the dudes just stopped. Like, they were just fuck boys, bro. Like, they just always fucked with people. People didn't like them, but they encouraged each other. And then one day, I don't know what happened, but one dude just seemed to wake up, and he didn't want to be a dick anymore. And like, he got like a girlfriend, and then people that were cool started kicking it with him. And the other dude hated on him so bad. Like, dude, basically we were into ruining our lives together. Yeah. It's so funny though, man, you know? Okay, so so you have people around you, they're not around you pretty much now.
Nah, man.
So you come out of that situation, and then we were talking about you, like, having the thought of, like, yo, I'm going to go get some food and feed these people. Because it's a big leap, bro.
It is, man.
You know what I mean?
To be able to do that, it was amazing, dude. And then after I did my hours there, I didn't have a job, bro. So they pretty much, you know, I did my time, and I grew relationships with these people. And it's, like, inspirational relationship because I was in the dumps too, but after, like, I don't want to say like, oh, like it could be worse, but to be able to see a person coming from lower than you but also trying to get to you know, just even a place of sobriety. You see
the ability to just smile.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're being like, damn, everything sucks.
So it just really boom. And then, you know, a couple months later, they hit me up. They're like, "You want a job here?" I was like, "Yeah." So the next, you know, year and a half. I mean, so I pretty much worked there for 2 years, dog, like 2.5 years, because the whole 3 years I was on probation. Like the first year, I was just like in a rut. I didn't want to do shit. I was like, boom. And then once I knew I had to do this to be able to get out of this whole thing, I procrastinated a lot. And I was like, but then I had to do shit, because if not, I would have just, you know, I would have dug my hole. And that's how it's designed, bro. Yeah. They design it so you can end up right back in there.
Right.
So
it's way harder to get out.
I played it, dude. I was like, you know, I just handle my shit. And, bro. So after doing the community service, I got hired. You know what I mean? It was nuts at sometimes, bro. Like, you know, you get like these wigged out people coming in. Oh, I want, like, just, you know, on a rage rant. You don't know what's happening, and now I'm a security guard. Yeah. Now I'm fucking. Yeah. I'm doing this. You know,
and you got to keep your cool.
Yeah, you know. So and it was just crazy, bro. So they were gonna move the facility, and it was a ways away from where I was at. So, you know, I had to resign and everything like that. But after that whole thing, throughout that time, this was happening for me, the whole Salamander. Yeah. And at first, it wasn't the Salamander. It was just, you're getting blessed with a grow op. Yeah. Handle it, boom. I was like, all right, let's do this shit, man. Yeah. And so I just...
None of the spiritual things?
None of that. Okay. It was just trees at first. Yeah. And then, I don't know, man, I just started leading the life of, you know, positivity.
Okay. We got to figure out, we're going to unpack that. Like, there had to be a moment I mean, obviously there was the stuff that was happening at the facility, and then, but for you to keep it, like to walk away from the facility and then go, you know what, I'm gonna just stay on this path, because you could have very easily just went, well, that was that experience.
All right, peace. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it that kept? I mean, did you like? Because people want to know. Like, I know there's people that are listening that could be going through the same exact thing. And was it somebody you talked? Was it somebody you talked to? Something you read? Something you watched? You know what I mean? Like,
I think my whole shit changed when I was working there, and I would work weekends, bro. So, you know, I wouldn't do much. I would just be chilling, and it's a thrift shop, so they have hella books there, bro. Like super books, like. So I just started reading like how to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
How to make your business thrive in a messed up economy.
Yeah.
Like just, you know, little small insights, you know, little ideas, man, like that you can just write on a piece of paper and that can literally manifest itself into something that you can hold in your hand. And, you know, it's a tangible thing now, you know, from a thought.
Right.
It's alchemy at its finest.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So,
like everything around.
Yeah, manifested, and like just reading stories of like millionaires that come from shit, you know what I mean, homeless, you know, nobody believed in them. Like, I felt that I was in that whole transition. Like, I felt like this is your low point. The only way to go is up now.
Yeah.
You can do anything now.
You have a choice to make here.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So after just applying, dude, like I can count on I can count on my two hands how many books I read. And throughout that time, it was like a couple Goosebumps books as a kid. If not, I was just like, here's the beginning. What happens at the end? You know? Like, I was always like boom, boom kind of dude.
Yeah.
But after just calming myself, you know what I mean, reading a couple books that manifested itself into a mind state within my mind to, you know, just the opportunities that were happening at that time, I knew I had to make the most of them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because you'd never seen this before.
I never seen this before. I never knew this mind state. Like it's crazy. Like when you put yourself in mind state of like owning a business and like creating something. Yeah. That shit don't let you sleep at night. Like, like you know what I mean? Like you're constantly like just, you know what I mean? And I knew that having this, all the thoughts that came were from God, bro. Just how it just planned out. Yeah. It mapped itself out to where I'm at now, where I got product, I got the full, like just everything. You know, I think just that whole, like the mind state change, flip, that's what led to everything that's happened.
Sure. You know? I definitely believe that.
The humbling down, like.
What were some of the practices you started that weren't there before?
Hiking, bro.
Hiking, yeah.
Yoga.
Yeah, yoga, man. Okay, talk to me a little bit about yoga, because I've fought it. I've like, everybody who does it tells me it's the truth.
Bro.
I know, but how did you jump into it?
Well, the homie Eighth Kind, he actually works for a yoga spot. Like, you know what I mean? And this is what he does, you know what I mean? Like a 9 to 5. And he gets a guest pass. And and the first time I ever went, dude, like it's heated yoga. So it's not like just regular, like you're in a heated room.
This is that Joe Rogan yoga.
Yeah, this is that, bro. Like, bro, so the first time, like, that shit changed my life. Like, because it was more of challenging yourself, your mind, your body in a heated room. Like, you're literally, dog, like, you walk in, you can literally grab your shirt and, like, squeeze out. Just, like, you literally, bro, it was just a spiritual high.
Were you able to stay in the room the whole time?
Yeah, bro. Wow. I have never left the room. Like, and I was, dude, I'm telling you, I was like.
You've never left the room?
Never left the room, bro.
Wow, that's super impressive.
I mean, I may have stopped and, like,
oh, yeah. No, I heard everyone has to do that.
Like, I've never left the room. You know what I mean? So.
I know the rules of this shit. I try to speak no pain, cause what you put out in the universe is what you claim. It's like I can't let it struggle, but I gotta embrace it. The weed smoke, that's my sage. My life's fragrance, dealing with patience. Take time for your spaceship. Build your own, get your own mind out of cages. They saying, speak my name, I reign supreme. I got time for it, me and the squad like 18. 0 to 100 like real quick, I zoom past. Raise off that boom bap, dudes act like who's at my dude snap. If you talk shit, get bruised rap. Toes tap to this old soul spitting jewel rap. kid got flavor like toucan. Bootstrapped up and I'm ready for conquest. Been planting seeds, now it's time for the harvest. Them GMO rapping clones pushing that nonsense. Make a motherfucker slap you up, catch charges. I'ma bomb them. Y'all brought a match to the volcano. I'm off way, go deaf to the star like Darth Vader. I'm the pallbearer, ain't no tracks, but y'all laying with the. It's y'all saying got the glove, Gary Payton. I ain't no motherfucker hating, I'm just blessed to be a part of something that's so sacred. And y'all faking and y'all basic. Got no brain. Your head vacant, where's the feeling, where's the art, where's the love? Never try to make no music to tear the club up and medicate ourselves with drugs, thugs, and funds, huh? It's different this day and age. Might as well paint my face and hop around the stage. Clown motherfuckers be tripping on their own selves. Got money but still hold scales. Post bail back in jail. Oh well. Teach your kids that's how you feel. The blind just leading the blind, speaking braille. Technology got them harboring items over people and feelings. Listen to.
But I think just that whole ordeal within itself.
Yeah.
That's what changed myself, not egotistically, because it was like I'm working on the ego, crushing the ego, I'm pushing the levels within myself.
Yeah.
Like, there's been times where I felt like I was gonna pass out in there.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, you push.
Because there's no lying to yourself in there.
Yeah, there's no line. Like, you can either be like, I'm gonna do this last one, and I could, like, you know, you're gonna pass out, so you're kind of just like, bam, and then you don't. So you're kind of like, you know, so you kind of prove to your own self sometimes that you can go over the threshold. You can go over the fucking spiritually too, and like the music they play. So after this intense workout, when you're in this room, it's so heated. Like you're like you feel like a baby, bro. You're just like, you know, you're just like, you're just. They start playing this like chanting music, like hum or whatever, and then they like press onto your third eye. And look, close your eyes and stuff, like just small little things that teachers will do. It's not just every teacher will do this, but certain ones will do certain things that like open the mind state when you're in that position, because you gotta figure, bro, like you're kind of like on the verge of death almost.
Right.
You're pretty much.
Or like a baby.
Yeah, really. You're just like, it's everything. You're just like
You're at the mercy of everything around you.
You're just like, you know, if somebody just wanted to come up to you and like pick you up and like slap you, like you would be able to go like, like wow. You know what I mean? It's just like you are in like, but then after that, you come out of this thing, you shower at boat, and you feel like you killed off like 10 years of just eating the fast food, eating this, like, because it's just, you clean your glands, bro. You're in these weird ass awkward positions that you've never been in, and you're holding this shit and like take a deep, and you're just like opening chambers in your lungs, like claw, like, dude, like it's so crazy. Like I feel so like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Dude. It's so crazy.
Okay, so right after your first class, were you sold on it?
I was hella sold, and then you know the ladies are cool too.
Yeah. I'm sure that never sucks.
I mean, but it was just real cool, bro. It was just real cool, and I guess after a while, I need it in my life now. It's like implemented in my life now. You know what I mean? So.
Wow, man.
But that whole thing is like, it's an ego crusher, bro.
Yes,
like, it's definitely like,
you find out who you really
dude,
are.
I've walked up in there with hella fools that, I'm a fucking, I work out. I lift, you know what I mean, bro? Like you'll see fools that are just straight swole in there that are giving up within like the first fucking 20 minutes.
Wow.
15, 20 minutes, because you know, you can do all that lifting, all that shit, but this is like...
This is more of a mental thing.
This is more of like, it's straight...
Because you're trying to push past all your limits.
Past all your limits. The physical limit and the spiritual
limit. Yeah.
You know, because...
Have you had... Because I've heard people say like they've had like visuals, they've seen colors.
Bro, because it's like, you know, you'll like crack your spine in a place where it's never been cracked, you know what I mean? So like you release like straight up endorphins, dog. Like
I never thought about
hell of endorphins. Wow. You're just like boom, you know what I mean? You feel like reborn, bro. You literally feel reborn after a fucking class.
Shit, is this something I'm gonna have to start doing?
And when you do, after that class, you're like, fucking XP, man. I should have been doing
That's what happened with the weed, man.
Nah,
I smoked his weed and I was like, fucking XP.
But
Dude,
like real shit though, man. It's like
Wow.
it's like really because it puts you in tune with the energy of the world.
Yeah.
It puts you in tune with the energy, within yourself, what you're capable of in that room and out of it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
push it outside too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All the barriers, you can break them outside too, bro. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So I guess it's just implementing that, and then hikes too, like hiking
yeah.
out in nature, dude.
You've always had kind of a connection with nature, right?
Yeah, man. And I guess now, since I'm actually nurturing
Yeah,
nature,
yeah,
I'm
there's
actually-
more of a
There's
connection.
way more because I have to bring all that energy back to my,
Yeah.
back to my, on my crops.
Okay, let's
on
talk
crops.
about the crops. Let's talk about like the blessing procedure and how like what that really entails.
It's pretty much energy stones.
Yeah.
Ancient woods. The Palo Santo. It's an ancient wood. Santo Palo is it pretty much has been used since like I want to say they found it. I think from the Native Americans to like Africans.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just this, and it's almost like a sagebrush.
Yeah.
But it pretty much cleanses energy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They'll,
Is there a ceremony that happens?
yeah, well,
Is it?
she does a harvest blessing
Yeah.
here, so
Yeah.
she has other blessings as well. She'll have but the harvest blessing that she uses, it's a Native American
Yeah.
region.
How'd you meet her?
She was my chick's friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she grew up with her and stuff. She's owned a store with, energy stones. Like,
Yeah.
she would sell all that stuff, to cleanse your house, energy-wise, you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
And she also is like a counselor for families.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she's just I would say an all-around wholehearted, good spirit, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
She made like the top 100 list in her field, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess
Yeah.
she has like the recommendation on her website.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. But I do have a video of the blessing. It's just like a small little,
Yeah.
small little clip of insight.
Yeah.
Where you can check it out. You know what I mean? But it's
Where's that at?
It's actually on the IG.
On your IG. Okay.
The Salamander XP OG.
Dope.
IG. But that I don't want to give too much insight on that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because of that
Right,
wanna
right.
keep the
Right. It's
KFC.
something special to you. But let me ask you this: did you, going into it, were you like, how did you end up with deciding I want
my
someone?
crop.
Yeah, I want to bless
You
it.
know what, man? I think knowing that energy flows through everything. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? All plants. Seeing as we live in the epicenter of like weed,
Yeah.
the culture and everything like that, I figured to apply something like that and fill that void like we talked about
Yeah, yeah,
earlier. I guess you can say it kind of spiritually came, after
Yeah.
hiking and all that stuff, after it rained too.
Yeah.
Like, you can see all the lushness and, everything. I guess being motivated by like the hills, hiking, spirituality from the yoga,
Yeah.
the hardships that I went through, seeing that I could be there at any moment, having the opportunity, I just had to make that shit happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess it was just like a spiritual calling, man. Like, to actually reach out to her and be like, yo, and like for her to see the vision, it kind of just, it put the stamp on it for me.
Right.
Like, this is a good thing you're doing,
Yeah.
She saw it.
You're trying to
Everybody
put
that-
a piece of this energy out into the world.
Exactly,
Every
bro.
time somebody touches
Every
one of
time
these.
somebody touched one of these. And I think once people started gravitating towards it and like telling me it was a good concept, like, yo, that's fucking sick. Like, that's dope. Like I vibe with that, And then it was just, like I said, it made itself, manifested itself.
Okay.
And after, like I said, growing it, I went into a couple shops. I had the bags. I'm like, what's up? They're like, I don't know. It's just weed.
Yeah.
And this is, I guess when they look at you, they just like, oh, it's just another bag of weed, you know.
Right.
They wouldn't even give me the chance to be like, look, this is what it is.
Right.
It's blessed and everything. So after revamping, I was like, it's gonna take a lot of work, but I have a vision, you know. So after I started getting a little bit of bread in for, you know, what I was doing, I started pumping it back into all the supplies and everything, you know, the packs. Like, I always wanted to do a pre-roll pack, so I was like, and it started just happening. Happening. I made the stickers. I did arts and crafts. I put all the stickers on the tubes, on the pack. I do everything, bro. I do everything from the ground up, grow it, and then even here, dude, like I would spend like 16 hours, bro, just rolling joints.
How long did it take you to get, like, where you were like, this is the packaging and everything that I'm happy with?
You know what, bro? It was just one hit. It was just one hit, bro.
You already knew, you had already seen it in your mind.
You know what? My homie Dazzler, dude, like, he's a genius. Like, he was like, yo, I'll help you out on it, you know what I mean? And he owns his own company where he does all printing from stickers to you know, business cards. He does everything. Yeah. And the graphic designing too. So I was just like, yo, I have this idea, boom, boom, Salamander, you know, I wanted to like this. And it was just a one hit. He was like, yo, here it is. I was like, that's it. So the logo you see is the first logo I've tried to get ever.
Wow.
I'm telling you, man, it just like boop, 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 boop.
And what about like when you went to, because I know there's a bunch of entrepreneurs listening right now and going like, well, ask them the technical shit. Like, okay, so like when you were like when you, obviously you had to go buy each little piece, right? Like all the little pieces. How long did that take? How long did you test different like packaging out? Did you test different?
Man. Everything's just been one hit. And
wow.
And I think from logo, like it took a year from actually having the logo. I bought the sticker.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, now I you know, because then after I bought the sticker, I could use other packaging and just boom. But then I was like, all right, well, boom. And then that's when I was like, I got a little bit of insight on it, but it was just like, I got nibbles on it.
So was this compounding the thought of like, man, this is really I'm going down this path now.
Yeah. It was like, and honestly, it's been scary, but it's been hella fun, man.
Yeah, I bet.
It
looks like you're having fun.
Yeah. I'm at the point where now it can be fun. But, but yeah, man. So, you know, it was just like, boom, it was crazy. And then to actually have the product afterwards and pump it out and getting the feedback in, having to revamp a few things. Yeah. And, you know, it's just like, I feel like I'm at a place where now I can go like full on, like give me a fucking warehouse with employees and let's bang out.
And I was telling you, like, for people who don't know, like, you know, you might not live in this general area because right now it's regional, but you're going to see, like, in the region, Eddie and I have been in enough places now where it's coming up, or somebody will pop one up, or someone will say, like, yo, I just got this, and it's your product. And I was telling XP that before we started recording, that that's how you can usually tell for people. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs know this. Like, that's how you can tell first that something is building. Because I told him, I don't know what the numbers are saying, but I know the right people are talking about it.
That's right.
And that's a dope thing because that's part of the inevitable growth. You know what I mean? You know, you've done this a bunch of times with a bunch of different brands.
This time it's like, man, it's just like a brainchild. You know, it's like watching your kid grow up to be something that's, you know, really great, man, and helping others at the same time.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, you can't, dude, the people, it's so crazy when people talk about like the return on investment in like this world that we live in, right? Like, cause you know, like I know, on paper, if you just wrote down man hours alone, there's no return on in that investment, right? There isn't, because it's infinite and it's never stopping. But you accept that as part of the life, so you don't count it really as like, you're just like, that's what I do.
That's what I do, man.
Yeah.
That's my job, man, to make, you know, to invest in yourself, man.
Right,
I mean,
which is why not everybody can do it, man.
Yeah, man.
Because for some people, like I've heard people talk about like the entrepreneur, like you have to be 50% crazy. You know what I mean?
Nuts, dog. And honestly, you gotta go hungry at times too, bro, and watch others eat. You know?
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's cool with me.
Yeah, that's the quote of the day right there. To hug, you do have to like watch others eat, and because, dude, wait. I'll tell you this right now. If you're trying to be an entrepreneur and you don't want to fail, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, you're crazy, man. You're
like,
crazy.
that's most of what you do.
Bro, I'm going to tell you like this. The first time I ever tried to make a sale, I was hyped, bro. I was like, yeah, I got all the product done.
Yeah, I can't lose.
Let me hit this shop.
Yeah.
The first shop right up the street, bro. And I didn't keep in mind, though, like, all the business aspects.
Yeah.
Location, none of that. I'm like, this is a sale. I walk in there, they didn't have anything like my product first and foremost.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this is in the bag. So I start giving him the concept and everything. He's like, that's too much, bro. I'm like, that's too much? He's like, you're never gonna sell it out here at that price. I'm like, why not? He's like, bro, nobody cares about that shit. They just want weed.
Right.
I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, the people around here, like, they want an ounce and they got $10 in their pocket.
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool. Like, so now he's like, bro, like, no one's gonna buy this shit.
Right.
Like, just like that, pretty much. I was like, damn, so that shit crushed me, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and
was there any doubt?
Well, yeah, like, naturally, I talk with a stutter, bro. So when I walked in there, I'm like, this, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, it's my first time pitch, so I'm just like, you know what I mean? I'm like, but he's like, nah, he's just not buying it. Fuck, and he crushed me. He's like, yo, you ain't gonna sell it. So I went to another spot. As soon as I was gonna walk in, I was like, I need somebody for this, bro. Like, I need somebody to sell my shit because I can't do this. You know, I was like, fuck, like that shit. But then I had a pep talk with myself. I'm like, bro, like, who better to do it than you?
Yeah.
Like this is your shit. Like, I had to like amp myself up. I'm like, dude, quit being a bitch. Like, this is your shit. It sells itself. Go in there with the concept and hit him, dude. Like, hit him. So we didn't go to that spot. We drove literally like right up the block from that other spot.
Yeah.
I go in there, bro.
From the spot that said no first.
Yeah. I go in there, bro, and these are younger cats, like, kind of like on our vibe. Hip hop cats and shit. And they like, yo, like, all right, come to the back. So I go to the back, I start banging it off, and his eyes just like light up. He's like, let's go. Like, made the sale, dude. What I wanted for everything. I was like, fucking ecstatic, bro. I was like, whoa, I got my first fucking sale. Like, bam. He let me put up my banner up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got my own little shit. Like,
and this is a block up from the other place that said bro. You would never sell it. I would never
sell it here.
Wow.
So what I did, I fucking drove back to that spot. I walked in there. I was like, I flashed the cash at this fool. I was like, look, bro, I did that, dog. He's like, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? I wish you good luck. I was like, I just want to let you know, man, that I'm a first timer, dude, in this whole industry, man. And I was gonna let you not make me make this, but I made it, dude. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to put that in your ear. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be on my way. Cause I just wanted to go in there and flex on him, dude. But it's just been an uphill climb, dude. And I was trying to do the shops, which is cool. But now it's all about sessions. Yeah. That's where it's at, bro.
That's so crazy, right?
You know why? Because you cut out the middleman.
Right.
At the shop, you give it to them at a cheap ass number. They put a mark on it, and it's like that's what it is for like all the patients. It's like, fuck, But now
you can go direct to patient.
You can go from the maker to buyer.
Wow.
It's like wholesale, bro. You walk in there, bro. Like even my brother, he's a connoisseur, with this too, and he's been seeing all the videos, and he's like, yo, bro, I need to go. Like, like I just want to take $100, and I know, like, I'm like, bro, you'll be straight, because I know a lot of the vendors too well.
Yeah. Because it's
everybody
the
shows each other love, bro.
Right.
Like if he has a product, you have a product, you want something.
Are the people at the sesh from what you gather? Are they mostly independents? Like they're all independents.
They're all independent owned.
Yeah, because I've seen people there with like you could tell they just made some cookies. I've seen people all the way to people who make their own vapes, like bro. Everything.
It's everything and anything, bro.
Wow.
Like, and there's a lot of goods. There's a lot of really good stuff. I mean, in the beginning, there's a lot of the companies that led the way, which is like, Vader, fucking all them fools, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Those are the guys at the festivals that have like the crazy booths and like, they got stages, they got lights, they got hosts, they got fucking artists.
Yeah.
That's separate from what we're trying to do. This is
right.
Like honestly, it's almost like the people that didn't have to money, and
It's like a farmer's market, the way I see it.
It is like, it's exactly a farmer's market.
Yeah.
It's almost like a boutique. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like hella boutique, like honestly, man, it's good people.
A lot of
doing
specialty,
good
right?
products, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like all from the chest, you know what I mean? It's all from the heart, and it's really dope. And for all the patients, it's way better because
Yeah.
there's no money in the middle to be like, well, we get it for this, we got to make this.
Yeah.
Now we give it to you. It's like, bro, you're getting shit at wholesale.
So we're from San Diego, and recently they had like their first sesh, right?
Oh, word. Okay.
And you've been able to watch the market kind of grow. Like, what do you credit? Because the concept of the sesh is crazy if you think about it. Like, it rides the very fine line of locally legal, federally illegal. Like, it's like sometimes you need recs, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's a wild west.
It is a wild west right now.
So what do you credit that to? Why are the authorities, for the most part, because there's a sesh every week almost?
Yeah, I think honestly, man, I think it's because it's gonna be legalized.
They just know.
What are you like really gonna do? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and honestly, it's almost like a private event.
It really
You know what I
is.
mean? It's
And
like a private party.
Dude, here's the other thing that I've noticed about it too is you go to a sesh, and I've been to a few now. I've never been mean mugged at a sesh.
Bro, there's
Ever.
nobody acting up. There's
Never.
nobody all belligerent. There's
Yeah.
nobody.
There's a lot of sharing of
Bro,
weed.
there's just
There's
all love.
people
It's
taking
like-
in music. Yeah.
People just hella vibing.
So the cops don't really have anything to put on it.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
Nah, they can't. I mean, even like you can have the local bar, or you can have the local sesh every week.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, which one's gonna have more shit?
Oh, yeah,
cracking
for
down.
sure.
Like, other like I haven't seen other drugs at this shit.
Ever.
Haven't
Ever.
seen fools. Hey, dog, you fools want coke?
Yeah,
Hey,
I think
you fools
people
want-"
would look at them weird. They'd be
the
like, get
fuck,
out of
bro?
here.
Like, this is the wrong fucking party. Bro.
Okay, so let me ask you this, man. So the question is, now that, because I'm seeing your brand starting to grow in a place where it's like what you're selling ultimately is a piece of energy,
Yes,
and
yes.
it's you sell it for a fair price, you put love into it, you put all these things into it. So now, do you feel a responsibility as like the person who's overseeing all of this? Like, do you feel the responsibility now to like, fuck, I can't fuck up? Because like, say like, fucking, you go out tomorrow and rob a bank, they're gonna be like, wait a minute, this is the energy that's in this. Like, this dude is putting
for
this
real.
energy
for
in
real.
this
Yeah,
weed.
I think ultimately, even I guess it just holds me to, just being a good person. Bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely ain't gonna like catch me out here swindling or robbing fools, killing fools. Like, I'm like a product of that. So it's like to see that and not like, like have a transparency within that. Like, I have to just like, do the right thing, man. And I guess I'm just on that path now. I think honestly, I don't think I can do no wrong no more. I mean, and if I do, I guess, I'm a human being, But other than that, man, all I have is good plans, dude. Like just to have fun, help my people, man, and bless the session. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, dude? I've been reading a lot about it, and I've been putting a lot of my energy into thinking about like life hacks, right? Or that's what I call them anyways. And I think a lot of people get it twisted when they hear about like life hacking. They think about like almost like cheating, right?
Cheating, yeah.
But to me, this is what a life hack is. A life hack is finding meaning, being able to find a living within that meaning. That's the punchline right there.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, like the odds are trying to be against you doing that. And
We're
if you
born
can
with
do
odds
that,
against us,
exactly. So if you can do that, then that you win.
Yeah, you win.
You know what I mean? Like, because that's what you should all be trying to do. You should all be trying to live your passion. And it's weird because I saw I was at a rap battle last night.
Oh, okay.
And the homie Rick Scales, he just fucking demolished it as he always does. He's just a great freestyler. But it was interesting because we were talking about how like Rick is at a point too as an artist where he's starting to get this buzz around him. There's more doors opening. He's openly noticed that, oh, this person never talked to me before. Like, and he's starting to feel that, like we said, like the notoriety, then the popularity, and how each level comes with like landmines.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if you could, this could be all over tomorrow. And one of the things that we noticed, which was weird, and I know you've been in this situation a few times, as I take a nice puff of this fucking, oh my God. You can just taste it. Can you taste it, Eddie?
It's delicious.
It's delicious, man. Wait. Before I even tell you that story, I got to give my fucking, my stamp of approval. This is my review of XP's weed, is that, so I smoked it. I have the habit, I joke about it all the time, I have a habit of smoking weed that I call the panic, because that's all I ever do when I smoke it. And so I'm usually like trying to figure out what strains. I'm still in that process of like finding my perfect strain, right? And I was at a place where there's a lot of people. That's usually a little bit of anxiety for me. I'm just like, there's a lot of people here. We gotta go rocking a little bit. I don't want to like be around people. And my boy DJ Eyeball, shout out to DJ Eyeball.
Yeah, DJ Eyeball.
He fucking hands me this. And he's like, yo, this is XP shit. And I was like, oh man, I've been hearing about that. And so it's like me, Eddie, for a second, mostly me and DJ Eyeball, and I smoke it, and immediately the energy was just like, and if you're a weed smoker, you know what that means. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, okay, everything's cool. Everything's gonna be cool. Like, yo, and I was just like, yo.
Shit, I hate that we're just like,
yeah.
That's why I don't really dab either, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's why, like, I'd rather put, a little bit of wax in there, 0.2 in each one, and it's just like, it's cool, man.
Yeah, explain the product so people know what it is.
So we got the single pre-rolls,
Yeah.
which is, it's pretty much a 1.2 in flour.
Yeah.
Which is the blessed flour, and then we got the extract from the flour, which is a nug run extract.
Wow.
And there's a 0.2 of shatter within each joint as well.
Wow.
So, and that's just singles. And then we got a packs, which is 5 joints in there.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much the same thing with a gram distributed within each joint.
Holy
so
shit.
A 0.2, 5 joints with a 0.9 of flour in each one.
Wow. So right now, if people want to get their hands on it, where should they go?
I'm at the sessions now, so
Okay.
I'm there. So
if they're following you on Instagram, or following what on Instagram?
It's at TheSalamander.
Okay.
Salamander and then XP OG.
Okay.
So,
and if you're listening to
all one
iTunes,
word.
Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, or Spreaker, go over to platformcollection.com. We'll have those links for you so you can just click them and go right to that. Make sure you follow my dude. I need to know, before you go though, dog, like what's up with the music? When can we expect some new XP?
Well, man, I just dropped the album, dude, last month. iTunes, Amazon, at Godspeed. So throughout that whole time when I was at the thrift shop and all that stuff, I was really fortunate to, be approached for a project. Pretty much just like roll up and rap, bro, and I'll release it. My homie has his own label and shit.
Yeah.
It's DJ B Original. Sound Unity Entertainment is a label, and he put out maybe 3 other projects, or 4 other projects, I think. One with Big Twin, A Prodigal Son, and a couple other artists as well.
Oh, shit.
So, I mean, he has a few artists, but with me, I'm local.
Yeah.
So he was like, I see what you're doing. And we've worked prior to, but this time he was like, I want to put something with you. So,
yeah.
This time I just, I had the time. So I would like Uber to his shit and just work, bro. Like I would have like 4 songs already written, roll up and just boom, 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 just bang out. So we just chose like the best, I think it's 13 songs on the album. And that's the work that we got.
And where can people get it right now?
That's on iTunes. It's at Godspeed, ATGODSPEED, and it's XP the Marxman, XPTHEMARXMAN.
There you go.
And yeah, man. So
you're gonna be touring. You're gonna be doing more shows.
Touring the album, man, with Big Twin from Infamous Mob.
Awesome.
We have a couple shows out there, man. I'll probably be gone for like 2-3 weeks. It's been a while, man. So, I just feel good. I feel in a better place because a lot of the times when I went overseas, all the money that I made, I came back and just had to throw on rent. So this time I'm in a better place where I can just leave and just have fun. You know? You know, shit at home is handled and everything. You know,
so do you feel like do you feel that the live performance is definitely different now with this new energy?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I guess I'm in the pocket now, man.
Yeah.
I'm definitely.
You were never not in the pocket, though, bro.
Yeah. I know.
You were known for being in the pocket.
I'm just like, I'm more chill. I'm just, you know, I get in the zone. I just blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I think it just all transitioned, man, into the artist that I am right now.
Yeah.
The man who I am right now. You know, I guess it's just really coming full circle now. You know, like really, really though. And then Illward too. We have an album that we've been trying to release for a while, but you know, we're still brothers. It's always RA, but now I'm at a point where I had to work on myself. I got shit going for myself, so I just got to move now. So.
Right.
And they'll always have a place in my heart, you know. I suppose Illward, but they're moving, I'm moving, you know.
Yeah.
RA all day, man.
It's just the way it works, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Dude, thank you so much for being on the show, bro. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, bro. It's amazing to watch the growth. Your energy, you can definitely feel it. You know that it is different. I vouch for that. I vouch for your product, which is an awesome thing to be able to say, because every once in a while the homies show you something and you're like, I don't, you know what I mean? So let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's nice to be like, I back that. That's fucking tight. So guys, check out everything XP's doing. Like I said, if you're listening to this on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, or Speaker, make sure you guys go over to platformcollection.com. You can catch all our episodes, plus the links that we talked about on this show right now, and go check out those other two. In fact, I'll make sure that we link those two, so maybe you can catch up if you hear this. It's like it's a trilogy right now. And it's still it's not even close to being over. This is the first few chapters.
Yeah, man.
Imagine what the next one's going to be. He's just going to be floating. Like, he's not even going to be sitting in a seat. He's just going to be floating there in the lotus position. Dude, XP, thank you so much, man.
All love, brother.
Yep.
You know what it is.
You may now flush the toilet.
Authentic, raw sentence, blessed God said it. Augmented for the truth, make the forced entrance. Drop lessons, apply pressure, there's no question. It's real hip-hop shit is what I'm representing. From the essence, I leave impressions, I'm truly fresher. Stayed on it this many, but G, I do it better. Looking fresh in that raw, blessed XP sweater. On my way to that cookery, G, I see cheddar. Kick up dust, get ravaged when I bust. I run through you, then I crush the dudes you run with. There's only numero uno, and that's me. Moving with them fast feet, gon' be hard to catch me. Fuck 'em. Looking at the horizon, y'all can't see. Cause I'm more than top tier, I'm beyond that of reach. Cause I'm on my shit, press gon' be on my dick. Hope Donald Trump gets the shits from the Mexican chips. Stay rugged cause the melanin up in my skin. Born with the odds against us, we was made to win. It's a new day, always find a new way to get closer to my dream. Foreigns on the highway, I run my own smoke clouds around the atlas. If you really try and get like me, you better practice. It's mathematics when I break it down a simple fraction. Real grinding physics, homie, I keep the traction. Head up in the clouds, feet stay grounded. Still flying higher than these fuckers who doubted. Let's go. All I see is green snakes slither on the low. Solid peeps up on my team, goons to let the trigger go. Bad ombre, head honcho, perfecting the flow. It's like I let the caliber blow. They seeking they foe. I'm going for gold, there's only one. And I'm claiming this spot, you better run. Ammunition, making your story fiction. Listen, this horsepower's pouring out the pistons. I'm vicious. I'm the one they try and get to and reach. But I'm the biggest fucking shark in the sea. It's the circle of life, I got the key. And only one can win, and that's me. See, when you see XP, I'm Mach 3. Always on some new shit. Come on in and take a seat, yeah.
Brought to you by PlatformCollection.com.